thing led to another. And
Okay, so
we're
Cammie
the
came late. I
forgotten
told
race.
Cammie about the meet and greet. We don't talk about the address because the host doesn't want.
The address.
Yes, we don't talk about the address where it was, but it was very close. It's just a few blocks
Yeah,
from here.
it was just a few blocks. It's like I got here 15 minutes early, so I'm like, might as well just check it out. So I did, and one thing lets me.
No, the meet and greet started at 11 o'clock.
See, I didn't know this.
I told you.
I didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
So you just left there? Did it just wrap up?
Yeah, here.
So who was at the meet and greet? We don't talk about where, but you can say who hosted it.
Well, I'm not sure. Let me
It was
host
67.
as in the candidates.
Who was there? Yeah.
The candidates are there.
I was there. Yeah. Who was there?
So am I allowed to say the candidate's name?
They're running for office. Yeah.
So it was.
Just don't say. They don't want to talk about the location because the host doesn't want to be out.
So I can say the candidate's name, right?
Of course.
Public office. You
Okay, so we had
Michelle,
Michelle Benson,
Shaw,
Neil Shaw,
Mike,
did. Governor.
Mike Murphy was there,
and Kozelka.
Paul Gazelka,
Oh.
Jensen, I didn't see him.
Secretary of State Kelly. You saw her there.
I probably didn't talk to her.
Kelly was there. Doug Wardlow was there.
Yeah.
Anybody else was there?
Ava.
Oh, Ava was there.
Yes.
Yeah.
She came over to talk to me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I miss you.
Yeah.
She's a great one.
Yeah. She's there. You must have got there right after I left.
I must have.
I left
I
about.
thought I would check it
quarter-
out to see
quarter to 12.
if it was going on, so I liked it.
That's weird.
Wanted to see my live feed, Someone said, "Yeah, why don't you go ahead and live it?" So I.
Oh, they didn't want it to live it either. But
What? I got the okay too.
I lived a few interviews, but
I
anyway,
got the okay
normally we don't live private events,
Well, I got the okay to live it.
but we do interviews and stuff.
I
So
didn't interview anyone. I just kind of like mingled and put.
it was fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
they had a
fun.
whole bunch of people. They had food,
Uh-huh.
now if you want to be one of these people like Cammie here, right? Because Cammie she's running with the high crowd now, right? Right?
It's kind of important.
Okay,
I'm not important.
we're
I just mingle.
She's just
Yeah.
a little bit starstruck at times.
yeah. So she's always
Comes in bob and pan.
she's always
But
going
once
to
we're
the good
rich and
stuff.
Famous, she'll hang out with us too.
Pretty
so
pretty
let's hope.
soon
Let's hope.
Cammie's gonna be
I
like,
thought you would have stayed there.
well, I had to come here.
Well, I did too, but I wanted to check it and then love.
Okay, you know why?
I did
You know
go
why?
an hour late, but
You know why?
depends what time zone you're going by.
Okay, you know.
On my time zone.
You know why I was.
I still
Time
made it
zone is
here.
in
I would have liked to have stayed there
anywhere
because that's
near
more
the
exciting than
Twilight
here. But the reason I came here is real simple. This is a potentially targeted event
Yeah, I know.
because
Yeah.
because of the
Hey,
jury stuff
Am
yesterday.
I not here now?
But we,
Welcome.
everybody, okay, everybody needs to understand something about how this targeted stuff is a bunch of bullshit,
Yeah.
right? How big of a group do we have here?
4.
Or
There's 4 of us here, right? And we're right,
Yeah.
and this yesterday was the verdict came in,
Oh.
and they are absolutely whipped up.
Oh,
They are whipped up.
They
and
are not happy. They are very upset. They want justice. They want
they're whipped
no
up,
peace,
right?
no justice,
And,
no peace.
the mob.
They are not
the mob,
happy.
basically. What there is the mob.
Well, a lot of the ones
Lords.
from here were over there.
Yeah.
If you look at a
yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
them, yeah. A lot of the ones causing the troubles were from here, that were in Kenosha. But I'm sure,
That's why I sent you that one
Really?
Yep.
picture. It's like, wait a minute, I know him.
yeah, I know a lot of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were there,
Oh yeah.
If somebody comes by, we don't want to block the
Oh, yeah.
sidewalk.
But anyway, so
I think we're okay.
You're okay now.
so we're probably going to get some visitors because I was suggesting to them to stop by. And what we're going to do is, if visitors come by, we'll just do little interviews of the visitors, because
Okay.
they have nothing to do for the next hour and a half or whatever. And this is I think we might want to do interviews and stuff over closer to the Capitol,
Yeah.
so that we can show, man on the street kind of interviews with
Yeah.
whoever shows up. Maybe nobody shows up.
who's supposed to show up?
I don't know.
And did you get our email at 3
And we'll
p.m.
separate.
today?
We'll separate.
Yeah,
We'll separate this off.
Yep.
So
I told him our plan of the day, so you can
Okay.
thank me. So I'm like, we can do this and this. I planned it out for all of us.
we have
I
we
did
have
too,
a
but I did it
multi-step
at- He did.
schedule.
11:30 a.m. I
He
did
didn't
it.
think we can make all events. I'm like, yes, we can make all the events. This one
can.
from this time, from this time.
Well, there's more than one of us, so
Do
we
you
can
have
split them
the-
up a little bit.
Do
You
you have
know.
the, let's try to leave here at 1:30 and get to the governor's.
That's what I
mansion.
was thinking too. Yeah, yeah.
That's-
I was
If you look at
thinking
my
that.
email, that's all
Yes.
on there.
I told
Sorry
him.
it was late.
I laid out the plans last night for him.
No, we're thinking alike here on that
I
part.
was thinking an hour and a half here, and then hit the match, and then.
Do you know what
yeah.
time it is now?
No.
I can check.
I forgot
I
my
got a call. I got a call.
watch with the broken band.
But we're gonna
106.
we're gonna stick around. We'll stick around here, and if any of the candidates show up, we'll interview them down here by the Capitol. And this Capitol
You
looks
don't think candidates will show up here, do you?
might.
Why would they? This is a
We'll have a video of them in front of the Capitol. If they show up, if they show up, they can come.
What?
These guys can come here whenever they want on any given Saturday. If they show up, we'll talk to them, and we'll have them on a video right in front of the Capitol. You know
Yeah.
that'll be good, right?
Yeah.
And two of us,
Yeah.
at least two of us, maybe three, because Diana might run videos
we
too.
haven't read from the Word yet,
No, we have
but
not.
in my
Can we do
prayer,
a prayer?
but we did do prayer already.
Oh, I missed
Well, if Bruce is
That's
here.
all-
We
that's-
never do prayers when Bruce is around.
As part of the prayer, we prayed that God would crumble the evil foundations in the U.S. that are being built on currently.
Yeah.
He would crumble and destroy them, based on injustice, evil, unrighteousness, lies, darkness, deception, demonic. And we asked God in our prayer to build a new foundation in America that will be built on of truth and righteousness with Jesus Christ as the chief cornerstone. And that's sealed with an inscription that the Lord knows who are his, and whoever confesses the name of the Lord must depart from evil. So that's right from the Bible.
So how about you grab this for me and watch me for a second, because I'm wound up. I don't
It
usually
worked. We get influence on
right.
you.
They got me wound up.
working.
Yesterday
Robert has a fire in his belly.
yesterday we had the Kenosha verdicts, right?
Oh, yes.
It's
yes.
a big deal,
yes.
right? And,
yeah.
and all these and all the protesters are just absolutely wound up. They're just wound up,
Yeah.
and they don't know what to do. So we were a little bit worried that they're not going to do anything, so it's not a problem. But they're really whipped up. But Kyle Rittenhouse got found not guilty in all the charges.
Yep.
Right?
Hallelujah.
On
Yeah.
all the charges.
God was working his miracles yesterday.
Yeah, but I basically have a different opinion on the whole thing.
Yeah.
To me, this kid who was 17 years old had a gun, right? He was there to protect some property, and he got isolated. He was with a bunch of people that were with him, and when he was with other people, it worked out okay. He didn't have any real problem when he was with his buddies and stuff. But the problem was these bad guys were very, very over the top violent, and they were threatening this kid over and over and over again. And at some point or another, his buddies abandoned him, and he was by himself. He got separated off. He's by himself, and this is out where he doesn't know where his friends are. He's isolated, it's dark, and these guys are chasing him. These guys are doing stuff like with the skateboard and hitting him and stuff, and he's legitimately freaked out and scared. And that's where I really blame his friends.
But did they notice though that he had separated from him? I mean, how far away was he
what
from
the
him?
hell's wrong with these people who let this 17-year-old kid get isolated by himself?
I mean, it might have just happened real fast too. He might have gone to put out a fire. Next thing you know, I mean, I don't know if they abandoned him. I just don't,
I really put a lot of blame on these people who were friends of Kyle's, because we don't let people do that. It can be super, super dangerous when you get isolated like that. These Antifa, they train to screw with the cops. They train to make that cop believe it. They go right up into the face of these cops and they're screaming at them and they're trying to terrorize them and trying to scare them and stuff. And they're out there, a lot of these people from our local area were over there, they traveled over there. They're trying to whip up the crowds, trying to whip up violence and stuff in Kenosha just recently. And they're out there whipping up this violence. And they're also, that's the other people I put blame on. I put blame on the other team too, these Antifa, for not controlling their over-the-top crazy people. Because if you're at one of these protests that's supposed to be a peaceful protest, and you got all these violent people who are making all these threats and stuff, and you're doing all this violent stuff, and you're not controlling those kind of people, there's a lot of blame on your team too. I'll give credit to the other teams. You know, examples of where the community people show up, and they got one of these over-the-top people that's there. They'll actually have people that defend us from their own people because they see their own people as being a problem. There's a lot of examples of that. This one girl in particular, the one that was wearing the chaplain shirt, was really good about dealing with this one crazy guy that showed up at one of the events. And that I was worried about that event because that guy was nuts. That guy was nuts, and even the other team knew about it, you know. And it wasn't really a sanctioned event by the other team. They didn't have a lot of their regular leadership there. They were a lot of the rogues. And you know, the thing is when you have protests and stuff, and you've got people, and they're getting all these people whipped up. You look at what happened in Minneapolis, and they burned down the city here. They were out there whipping up the crowd, trying to cause trouble, and then look what you got. You know, eventually you wind up getting this absolute disaster, and the whole city gets burned down. So, all right, I'm off my fire, but basically I blame his friends a lot.
Yeah.
So. Because we never let people go by themselves. You know,
No.
when people get isolated by themselves and surrounded, you know, and there's no way for them to retreat. They can't even retreat. Can't get away. You know, there's nowhere to go. You know, it's dangerous. So.
And so Robert's kind of informed us of the